Good day, gentlemen. A lot of modern men are feeling useless because they don't have a woman by their side who needs them. If that's you, I want you to know that I feel you and that I'm sorry that you're at this point. You didn't plan to be here, and most likely your upbringing and the modern world have brought you here. But I also want you to know that even though it's not your fault that you're here, it is still very much your responsibility to move beyond this. And actually, there's more to this than not having a good woman by your side. A lot more. If you want to solve this, and you want to get to a place where you know that your life deeply matters to this world, then I urge you to listen to my experiences and my observations. If you don't know me yet, my name is Benny, and I'm not a social scientist, nor am I claiming to be one. I am simply a curious man, and for the last 9 years, I've been obsessed with learning everything there is about relationships. I'm in a 7-year relationship myself, which is very fulfilling, and I've gained many valuable observations from years of working very closely together with men and helping them build the relationship that they truly want. And don't worry, this won't be one of those immature, all women are evil kind of videos. I have a heart for all of humanity, and I want to give you a whole perspective on this problem and how to overcome it. Maybe you've heard the famous quote by the business tycoon Aristotle Onassis. He said, "If women didn't exist, all the money in the world would have no meaning." And while this guy did a lot of shady stuff that I don't agree with, apparently, right? I'm not sure what he did. I don't know the guy. He lived way before my time. But this quote still holds a lot of truth. I can deeply relate to this quote because I didn't make all the money that I've made for myself, quite the opposite actually. And I won't sit here and pretend like my girl doesn't massively motivate me. Real, pure love drives us men to greatness. Even Napoleon Hill talked about that in his books already, right? And many people way before him, philosophers, all also talked about this. Because as men, we want to take care of the people around us who we love. And if there is no one who we can take care of, then we will naturally feel like shit. Sure, we can build a purpose-driven business and take care of people through that. We can take care of ourselves by leveling up our health. But it really just doesn't compare to taking care of a woman who we love and who loves us, right? But this goes way deeper than you might think, and also in a different direction than you might think. Because the thing is, my girl and a lot of other women, they are smart, healthy, capable women. They can take care of themselves, truly. Question is, do they always want that? Or do they want a man by their side who they can feel taken care of by? And what do we as men want? Well, I know what I want, and I want to give her the fucking world, brother. But the problem is, if I only operated from this perspective of wanting to give her the world, our relationship would have ended a long time ago, and I would have completely lost myself in that relationship. I want to tell you about a guy that I recently started working with, because he came to me because he went from failed relationship to failed relationship, and those relationships were usually very short, like 3 months up to a year. And it was so clear that he has so much to give, and giving to a woman he loves gives his life insane meaning, fills his soul. And that's the truth for most men, and that's why he is so eager to find a great woman who he can give everything to. But you also need to hear the story of my client Tim, who I worked with back in 2024, because Tim had the same situation. He went from failed relationship to failed relationship. He's from the US, he was 28 at the time. He had a business that was in debt at the time, and that's when he came to me. And while we worked together, man, shout out to Tim here, because he implemented everything I gave him, and he was able to transform himself into this man of maturity, of integrity, of authenticity, of groundedness, and of deep wisdom. And he was able, even before we stopped working together, he was able to attract a great woman into his life who loves him for him. And he was also able to turn his business around completely. I will say, that didn't happen because Tim focused on giving to his woman in the right way. That was certainly a part of it. But the other side, the other part of it, the bigger part of it, was that Tim didn't outsource his sense of usefulness and purpose to his woman and to his relationship. David Deida talks about the fact that if we as men make our woman and our relationship our highest purpose in life, then we have lost ourselves. Because as men, we have so much to give to this world. We have such an immense capacity for productivity. And quite frankly, we would do this world a massive disservice if we pour all our energy into our woman and our relationship instead of pouring a lot of it into giving our unique gifts to this world. And even beyond that, we would cheat our woman of an authentic man who is driven from within if we do this. The brutally honest truth is that if you don't have something other than women that drives you, that gives your life purpose when you're single, you won't suddenly feel needed and important and like your life matters when you get into a relationship. And even beyond that, the reason a lot of men go from failed relationship to failed relationship is because the feminine can't trust the masculine if the masculine doesn't have a pursuit outside of women that gives his life purpose and meaning. But when we have something that makes us want to jump out of bed in the morning, that gives us purpose and meaning in life, that makes us see that our life is useful to this world, and we combine that with a woman who makes us feel deeply loved, who wants our love, who wants our support, who makes us feel like the man, then we will realize how much capacity we truly have to give to the people closest to us and to the world. We need both a woman who makes us feel like the man and a worldly pursuit that makes us feel like the man. If we have only one of these, we will lose ourselves in it, just like so many men who lose themselves in work or in their relationship. And I've been on both of those extremes. And if we have none of these, not the relationship and not the worldly pursuit, then we will feel like this world doesn't need us, like we're utterly useless. Most men already know this deep down, but they're hiding this fact from themselves, because if they were to admit this to themselves, they would see the ginormous gap between where they are and where they want to be. But there are a certain few men, and I hope for you that you're one of them, who will not just humbly look at this gap, but who will step up to the plate and tackle this challenge head on. But even most of those men are not aware of a trap that can hurt us men deeply once we have found the woman we want to spend our life with. And for a lot of men, it even leads to them losing that woman again. I'll be fully honest with you here. I fell into this trap myself last year, after, at the time, almost 7 years in my own relationship. But thankfully, I woke up before it could sabotage my relationship. And that's great news for you, because through all of this, I was able to film this episode for you, where I explain this trap and I teach you how I got out of it again without it breaking apart my relationship. You can go watch that right now, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.